Well, didn't start so good. At the beginning of the game, I thought we came out there and Georgetown was really aggressive defensively. They did a great job defending our ball screens and forced us a little out of character of how we've been playing. We took a couple tough shots and shooting 30% from the field and 15% from the three in the first half just isn't going to cut it. We also got out-rebounded by 9. The first half just wasn't good. We got to give Georgetown a lot of credit. They played great defense. I thought they were really active. They played tough and aggressive. I thought in the second half, when we just got down too much, too many points. But our guys, I was very proud of them because they just kept fighting and figured out a lineup that we were comfortable with and something that was working. We stuck with it, and we were able to capitalize. But we just dug ourselves too big of a hole. But Georgetown's a good basketball team, and it was a tough game. Questions?
You were able to run and jump in the second half to some success. Talk about the tension between doing that and having such a short bench.
Well, I think it was desperation. We were trying to get extra possessions, and that's why we our smaller lineup. When we got stuck in the half court, Hayes had an unbelievable just pounding us. So we thought that we could speed them up, maybe try to turn them over, which we did. But they're also a good foul shooting team, and so. But it worked. We were able to cut it close. We just couldn't get that one more stop or make that one more shot. But our kids, I thought, really worked and fought back. No, I mean I've been preparing myself to be a head coach for 20 years, and that was always what I wanted to be, and I always visualized myself doing it. So I was excited. I was really excited, and to go out there and first game ever versus one of the greatest rivalries in college basketball and been part of so many games was kind of surreal. But obviously disappointed that we lost. We play Syracuse basketball. I think I could tell you what time he eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And Jerry McNamara, Adrian, our coaching staff, we've been with them, played with them. We stuck to the script of what we do, and that's why we've been able to be successful for so many years.
Coach, for lack of a better word, was it kind of weird not having Chin there? And when you think about the future now, the next 8 games, whatever, is it, going forward?
Coach Boeheim, I don't know if you saw, we had the seat next to us, but he's always with us at the end of the day. He built the program. I wanted this one for him tonight.
Number one was able to give you some energy off the bench. Do you see a larger role for him going forward?
This was a game where Georgetown was playing very aggressive on ball screens, and Frank is our best penetrator on the ball. And what he did is he got his opportunity, and he went out there and he performed. He was able to get in the lane, force Georgetown collapse, and get some of our shooters some shots. I thought he was very aggressive. Caleb Joseph came in the game. It was just, every game's going to be different for those guys. Caleb has the ability to make open shots, and he sparked us the other night against Wisconsin. Frank, I thought, gave us a spark tonight, and he showed a lot. I think, Syracuse basketball is, obviously we try to win every game, and after the game we go watch film. We focus on the process. What are we going to do? What do we got to do to get better? I thought defensively in the first half we made some poor assignment decisions on shooters, especially end of shot clocks. It's tough to play 30 seconds of defense or 28 seconds of defense and they shoot a 3 and they get an offensive rebound. And so those are things that we're going to go back and watch in film, get back. We'll get better, and I'm excited for these next 8 games. And Our goal is to get this team better, to give Coach Boeheim on the North Carolina game. I mean, that's what we do. Nothing's changing.
Did it feel natural coaching out there, or did you ever find yourself thinking, what would Jim do?
I just probably used worse language. No, worse language. It's once I got it, I felt very comfortable, but there was something when I just started getting in the game. I felt like I was playing, and that was pretty surreal. But there's going to be a lot of great learning lessons. But we're going to get better. Team's going to get better. Coaching staff's going to get better, and hopefully we'll be playing in March. Are you going to hit the emotion thing with me? Somebody got me early.
Last question.
No, you've had his voice in your head some way or another for a lot of years, and now that conversation's gone, among other things. How difficult is this? As much as it's an opportunity, how difficult?
Well, it's imagine all of a sudden someone came and said that you can't talk to your father for a month, and they live down the street. That's tough, but we'll get through it. We've been through a lot, and I tell you what, the one thing great about Coach Boeheim's one of the greatest people when dealing with adversity. And as a coach, coaching my first game, not the most ideal situation, but it is what it is. I would love to be able to call him and ask him what he thought as a mentor. Now my brother's going to call me and say, "What the hell are you doing? This guy did this, and you didn't have that lineup in."
You saw a lot from Daewon tonight here for the first time in a while. What did you see from him? He just looked healthy for the first time in a while.
Daewon, gave us, I don't know if you guys remember when he was a freshman, we played Villanova, and he had a really good game, and there was this shot, and he had so much emotion. He's got so much energy, infectious to the team, and we saw in the Wisconsin game, they just crushed us on the glass, and then tonight they were hurting us on the glass, and we tried to put him and Roberson back and forth to give different type of situations and looks, but he did a great job. He's physical. He finished around the basket today. He was aggressive, made his foul shots. I thought he looked great. And, I think defensively against the physical teams, we're going to need him. And, we didn't play Chinoso in the last couple games, but, when they have big guys like Hayes and Govan, you play against teams that are really big in our league, we're going to our front line's going to have to change. When you have Leiden at the 5, it becomes a different scenario. It becomes a more offensive 3 game, but, you got to be hitting 3s to their 2s, and if you're not, we had to make that decision.
You mentioned Hayes. He's one of the only 2 guys that had played you guys the last time, but I'm guessing then you probably didn't do much scouting with him at all. How different does he look from then to now?
Well, I tell you, he's got to be one of the most improved players in the country. He's big. He's got a great touch around the basket, and he just put our guys underneath the rim. And it's one. I thought we made an adjustment at the end of the first half where we tried to not let him deck us in, where we tried to play higher. Didn't work so well, but in terms of he kept getting that position. But he's physical. He's good. He had a great game tonight. He killed us.
With how Frank played today and how many minutes he played, do you think he's almost hopped over Caleb as guard off the bench?
I don't think so. I think it's everything's going to be situational for us in terms of what we need on a given game, and also how they go in and play. I just had a feeling about Frank tonight being home, and he's had some really good practices before we left. Coach had mentioned the fact that Frank has looked really good, and Caleb can really shoot. And every game, Caleb came in, and that's the greatest thing about a team. And that was my message to them in there was, we're going to get better. It's going to be all of us together. And Frank lifted us tonight. Caleb did the other night. And Chinoso, you have to be ready for the future to be able to give us some good minutes down inside.
One more question.
What do you think overall Rovers did, especially in the first half? And do you think that being in foul trouble had any effect on his overall aggressiveness?
Yeah, you know what? It does when you get in foul trouble. But, you know, the one thing about Tyler is he was battling. And he was in there fighting, giving us a physical presence when we had the small lineup. And, you know, had 15 and 8 in 26 minutes. 5 for 7 from the field. I thought he gave it his all. And he fought for it. But, you know, the 30% from the field and 3-pointers in the first half wasn't the formula for our success.
Thanks. Our locker room's open.
Thank you, guys.